Peggy 3.
Welcome to the Boot Room. Every week, myself and Match Magazine's Darren Cross talk about different aspects of FIFA 13 in order to make us all better players. This week, we're talking formations, aren't we, Darren?
Yeah, that's right. We're going to look at a number of different formations available depending on how you like to play.
Now, before we talk custom formations, let's just talk about default formations. Obviously, each team has its own formation that the players on the pitch are comfortable with, but do you recommend playing with those or playing with a formation that you yourself are comfortable with?
Yeah, personally, I go with a formation that I know really well, and I think that's the best way to do it. And then it's about really finding teams and players that suit that formation. So, for example, if you're a 4-3-3 player, you want to pick a team that you know has got good wingers and a decent target man. I think if you head into a game with the default formation, then you're going to have a learning period at the beginning where you're not quite sure where everybody should be, and that puts you at a disadvantage.
Now, you've got your favourite. It's 4-4-2 diamond wide, isn't it?
Yeah, otherwise known as the 4-1-2-1-2 in Ultimate Team. I've used this for years and I really like it because it's very balanced. You kind of got 5 players responsible for defending and 5 responsible for attacking, so it really gives you the option to mix things up a bit as well. You've got wide players in there and a strike partnership, which I really like. So yeah, it's definitely my favourite, and it's actually the favourite for a lot of people, which is why it's so expensive in Ultimate Team.
Do you think that's because you can actually change the way you play rather than have to change the formation if suddenly you go a few goals down or you want to score a lot of goals yourself?
Yeah, I would say exactly. It's really good for mixing your play up. So your 2 wide midfielders, they give you the option to play as wingers and whip crosses in for the 2 strikers. Or you've got the link men in midfield, the holding midfielder and the attacking midfielder, which can join the defence and the attack. So it does give you a lot of possibilities.
Now, you mentioned 4-3-3 earlier. That's got quite a few different variations, but really it does suit 2 distinct play styles, doesn't it?
That's right, yeah. There are a number of different variations of the 4-3-3. Really, I think it suits you if you like to put crosses into the box for a big striker. It's great for that. It's a very wide formation. Or for players that like to use wingers that cut inside and then have a go at goal with their strong foot, or look to play a striker in. I think if you play either of those 2 ways, then you might want to take a look at 4-3-3.
Now, it's worth noting, if you're going to cross the ball in, that guy at the front does need to be quite big and tough, doesn't he?
Yeah, I found that the 4-3-3 works better with a bigger, more physical target man in the centre there. I did try using a smaller, more technically gifted player there who had a much higher overall rating, and he just kind of got bullied off the ball quite a lot and didn't win a lot of headers in that formation. So I changed to a target man and it worked out much better for me.
Now, let's just discuss the other way of playing with that formation, cutting in. Good idea, isn't it, to actually have a left-footed player on the right and a right-footed player on the left?
Yeah, you can sometimes catch people out by cutting inside with your wingers and then either going for goal or looking to play your striker in. What you need to make sure is that you've got a left-footed player on the right and a right-footed player on the left, if that's your game plan. To do that, you just want to have a quick flick through the squad screen, have a look at each of the players, just cycle through to see what their dominant foot is. And while you're doing that, have a look at their weak foot rating as well, because if they've got a good weak foot rating, it's worth having a shot from sort of any angle with them, really.
Now, let's discuss 4-5-1. That's a bit more defensive, but it is good for counter-attacking, isn't it?
It is, yeah. A lot of people use it, especially in Ultimate Team. It's excellent because you get a lot of players between the opposition and the ball when you're defending, and then if you combine it with counter-attack, it can be really effective on the break.
So there are some useful formations to play as, but you can also tweak formations in Seasons mode, can't you?
Yeah, that's right. In Seasons you can customise a formation to really suit your game. So if there's a gap that you wish there was a player in, you can go ahead and put him there and then save that and go and use it online.
So how do you physically go about tweaking your formation in the menus?
So you go to the Customise FIFA menu, click on Edit Teams and then Team Management. And from there you want to go to Formations, pick the formation that you want, then hit the X button to start editing the things like the base position of the players and the direction they're going to run and stuff like that.
And then how do you go about saving that?
Yeah, so once you're done editing, you back out and then the game will ask you which slot you want to save it in. So you put it there and then you're away for next time you're in Seasons.
And do you have to do that for every team you play as?
No, so once you've got your formation saved, when you take that into Seasons, you'll be able to use that for any team.
Very handy. Thanks for those tips, Darren. What have you got for us next week?
So next week we're going to look at some skill moves that I like, when to use them and how to do them.
Great, look forward to that. We'll be back next week. In the meantime, why don't you check out Match Magazine's Facebook page? Details are on screen now. We'll see you next time. Bye.